Good morning. Good morning. It's Monday morning. I hope you appreciated the thumbnail clip of Henrietta the chicken. Just trying something new today. I hope you all had a great weekend. It was beautiful out yesterday. Maybe got some time outside. I wanted to offer you this deep hip yin class as a way to help release the hips and the lower back. I know I certainly need that these days, as I have not been getting my regular chiropractic adjustments. And as well, we're going to be working on the digestive meridians. I put up a post the other day about how it's so important, especially during times of challenge and struggle, which you may classify these days as, to really welcome everything that is coming up for you, even the crappy thoughts, even the thoughts that you think if somebody ever was inside of your mind or could read your thought bubble coming out of your head, excuse me, they would think that you're crazy. I guarantee you we are all having challenging thoughts. We are all struggling emotionally, and it is so important for you to let that stuff up and out. Today, we are going to start off with a meditation practice that helps us to bring to light some of the shadowy parts of ourselves. We all have them. It's okay. As soon as we start thinking that there's something wrong with us because we have these thoughts, we enter shame into the picture, and none of us want to have shame about ourselves. A lot of work can be done around shame. If you want to read more, Brene Brown has a lot of great books and practices that you can do to even just begin to identify with that. So take a comfortable seat. The only thing that you'll be needing today for practice, you can use pillows, big pillows if you want to make your practice more comfortable, but a small flat pillow, a folded blanket, and a couple of blocks will be just fine. So find a comfortable seat. The hips are higher than the knees, maintaining all of the neutral curves in your back, in your spine. Remembering that we never come to our yoga mats to just affect our physical bodies. Today we'll be working with our physical bodies, our breath, energy bodies, and our emotional bodies. Hopefully, when we finish, giving our wisdom body a tune-up so that we can take right action throughout our day today and go forth with a clear mind, finding ultimately that bliss body that resides way deep inside. Check out some information on the 5 koshas or layers of being. They are all intimately connected like a delicate strand of pearls. Begin to close your eyes softly if you're comfortable with that. If not, keep your eyes gaze down toward the floor, very soft. Begin to feel the sits bones weighted equally on whatever it is that you're sitting on. Begin to let the legs and the hips relax down toward the earth, get heavy with whatever they're making contact with, the floor, blankets, pillows. Let the belly be soft. Let the vertebra be stacked in their natural supportive S-curves. Bring the shoulders back slightly so that they are aligned over your hips. Tuck the chin back slightly so the ears are aligned over the shoulders. Sit here for a few quiet breaths as you prepare yourself, body, mind, and spirit, for your yoga class this morning, or this afternoon, or this evening, whenever you decide to join me. As you sit here, become increasingly aware that this is a very safe place for you to work through any challenging thoughts or emotions that you have been experiencing as of late. Could be yesterday, last week, our time of social distancing, or even 2020. Let some of those difficult feelings and emotions show themselves to you. Welcome them up from the very recesses of your being. As our friend Rumi the poet so beautifully invites depression, shame, malice, sadness, judgment. Welcome them all in. Invite them in. As we do this little bit of house cleaning internally, we may be clearing ourselves out for some new delight. As you sit here, letting your emotions and thoughts reveal themselves to you, I would like to offer you a meditation. I will get you started and then I will be quiet for you to make this your own. It's an I welcome meditation from the Radiance Sutras by Lauren Roche. Also, a book by Kobe Kozlowski called 1 Degree Revolution. I'm currently listening to. She references this meditation as well. I do it a lot when I'm hiking in the woods with my dogs. I will use a few examples to get you started. It is about welcoming every aspect of yourself. Make it a brain dump and make it an exhaustive list. You can join in anytime you feel ready. Say quietly to yourself or out loud, I welcome the part of me that feels messy inside. I welcome the part of me that feels frustrated. I welcome the part of me that feels deep peace. I welcome the part of me that is judging the rest of my family members who I live with. I welcome the part of me that delights in the blessings of this social isolation. I welcome the part of me that loves being with my dogs. I welcome the part of me that delights in making new recipes. I welcome the part of me that is struggling with deep sadness. I welcome the part of me that is grieving. I welcome the part of me that feels open and free. I welcome the part of me that feels claustrophobic and restricted. Continue on with your own emotions and thoughts and feelings, welcoming everything for the next few moments. Bring it all up and out. few more moments. If you have finished, just tune into your breath as it breathes your body. Finish up your final welcoming. Let that practice go. You can bring that practice in at any time during your practice today. As you come into these deep hip stretches, it may be normal for things to pop up for you. Just welcome it all. Set an intention, your own intention for today's practice. Make sure that you get what you came for. I'm a big proponent of this. I offer what I offer. Your agenda may be completely different, and that's okay. Slowly, slowly, if you have your eyes closed, begin to blink them open, keeping your gaze down at the floor. Open just a little slit in the eyelids. Starting to let the awareness of the room, the light of the day come back in to your vision until you are completely back in the room. Inhale your arms up high overhead, drop the shoulders. Stretch and reach through your side bodies. So let's do left first, stretch the arm up, and then right. Just taking turns, stretching through the ribs, from the hip crests all the way out through the armpits, maybe up through the pinkies. Just waking things up, warming up. Bring the fingertips down onto the tops of your shoulders and start to make some circles with your left elbow. Bigger and bigger, and then eventually get your torso involved so you come into a little twist, a little dynamic movement. Bring that shoulder to stillness and switch to the right. Bigger and bigger, getting the torso involved. And then release. Interlace your fingers together, press the palms away from you, and draw them up toward the sky. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Take this nice little basket that you've made for yourself and place it on the back of your head. Sit up nice and tall, and as you inhale, start to tip back from the bottom of the shoulder blades. And as you exhale, fold forward and bring the elbows together. Find a little pulsating rhythm here with your breath. Inhale, opening. Exhale, folding. Go at the speed of your own breath. What makes it so scary for us to welcome difficult feelings and thoughts out into the world in the first place? Maybe we don't feel like what we have to say matters. One more time. Maybe it feels embarrassing if we told anybody how we were really feeling. Come back to center. Bring your arms down by your sides. Come off of whatever it is that you're sitting on. Bend your knees, place your feet flat on the floor, and just start to windshield wiper your knees side to side, kicking that hip up as you come over. The next time your knees come over to the left, keep them there. Make them in the shape of an L, so the front knee is parallel with the front of your mat, the side knee is parallel with the side of your mat. Sit up nice and tall and bring your attention to the sits bones first. It is very likely that that right hip is up off of the floor. It's totally okay. Just let it feel heavy. Keeping your natural breath going today during today's practice. Let the natural breath support the physical postures. Finding a spot to gaze at on the floor or the wall or something directly in front of you. Keeping the visual stimulation to a minimum so that you can stay within. One more inhalation to make the spine nice and long as the crown of the head reaches up toward the sky. And as you begin to twist to the left, stay here or bring your forearms down onto the floor. This feels like too much too soon. Luckily, we have blocks. I'm going to turn a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. As you turn to the left, you can bring your forearms right down onto your blocks. I like to interlace my hands. It's just more comfortable on the forearms and wrists. Or you can come all the way down onto the floor if you feel like your body is ready for that. You may notice that your right hip is surely way up off the floor, more so now that we're leaning forward. Just bring that awareness up and out and let it go. Continuing to just let those hips feel heavy. This is one of the only shapes, not only, I should say, this is one of a few shapes that you can make with your body where your hip is internally rotated. It's your right hip back here. It's important to have both good internal rotation and external rotation. The hip external rotators, if they're too tight, they can become problematic, pinching your sciatic nerve, causing piriformis syndrome. So when you internally rotate your hip and stretch it, you're helping to stretch some of these structures. Take 3 more breaths right here. Feel the lengthening of the right side body as well, from the crest of the hip all the way up through to the shoulder blade. Lots of our torso muscles attach to the crests of our hips. So when you have tight torso muscles, that can also affect the functioning of your hips. The next time you inhale, place the hands flat on the floor and slowly work your way back up. Let the knees swing over to the other side. Again, the front shin is parallel with the front of your mat. I'm at a little bit of an angle so you can see what I'm doing. And the back shin is parallel with the side of your mat. Sit quietly for a few breaths first. Let the sits bones be heavy. Bring your awareness to any tension, any muscles that you may be clenching or holding on to. Breathe your awareness into that place to help soften the area and let go. A hip practice can be a great place for us to go into the doorway of our inner world, exposing that which we can release. Inviting the tension out of hiding to be metabolized, which is exactly what we're doing with our digestive meridians. Spleen, liver, kidney, gallbladder, bladder, stomach. Those are the meridians that run down the inside and outside of the legs. Start to twist to the right, just like we did on the left, and bring your forearms down onto the floor. Too much too soon, you can get your blocks, prop yourself up. Once you build your physical shape, let that go and take a step deeper inside, bringing your awareness to any energetic currents you may be noticing. Beneath the awareness of your physical body, bring your awareness to your breath. Keep going within and land on your thoughts and emotions. If more stuff is asking to be shown, welcome it in with the welcoming meditation that I offered you early in the practice. Whatever comes up, welcome it up with the intention to digest it and metabolize it, turning it into compost. The compost is recycled back into your practice to make it so rich and so nourishing for your soul. Ultimately, finding that peaceful place that is untouched, no matter what is happening in your life. We all have it. It's there. Three more deep breaths here. With your next inhalation, press through the palms to bring your torso up and to swing your legs back to center. Bring your legs out in front of you. Take your left leg and fold it underneath you. We're coming into a twist. Take the right foot and place it somewhere flat on the outside of the leg. If your legs don't like this and it's too much bending, simply straighten out the bottom leg and you can keep your right foot flat on the floor. If you want to do this and your hip is up here, that's why we have these lovely props. Fill in the gaps so that you can then come to a nice upright position. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale the right arm up overhead. Feel the sits bones on the earth once again, weighted evenly. And just bring that right hand behind you, tent it up on fingers, tent up, make like a little spider. I like to tent my fingers. It reminds me to keep my spine nice and long. Take the left hand and just bring it to the outside of your right knee. Sit up tall. Come into a small twist. About 60 or 65% of what you think your max would be, where you're spinning all the way around. Keep the belly button pulled in, the abdominal muscles toned just slightly to help support your straight spine and your twist. Fix your gaze. Find your natural breath as it supports the body. And return to your inner world. You can close your eyes during any of these shapes. Twisting is excellent for your digestive system in and of itself, independent of the digestive meridians. Squeezing the digestive organs, wringing them out. And when you release them, it's like squeezing a sponge under the water. When you release it, it fills back up with nice clean water. That's what happens with our tissues. We have this lovely space, the interstitial space in between our cells. There's a lot going on in that space. A lot of exchange happening there. It's almost like a little storage unit, but some stuff gets stored there that we would rather not have. So we squeeze that, clean it out, metabolize it, digest it, let it flush through our system, send it to the recycling center to aid our body in maintaining homeostasis. One more full breath here in our twist. And as you exhale, just unwind the spine, unwind the legs. Maybe stretch them out long for a moment. Shake them out. And let's take that to the other side. So this time we're going to fold the right leg underneath. The left leg can come on top. Straighten yourself out. Again, the bottom leg can be straight if you'd like to. Stretch the left arm up high overhead. Keep that shoulder relaxed. As you gently lower that arm to the floor with tented fingers behind the left hip, place the right hand on the outside of the knee. Use your abdominal muscles to twist to the left. Find your breath. You may notice at certain times during your practice, your natural breath becomes one big deep breath and you can sigh it out. Lots of sighs. That means that you have invited your parasympathetic nervous system into your practice, which is an amazing thing. Our relaxation response. And if you want to work on that a little more, make your exhalations longer than your inhalations. Do you know that even if you do not have a gallbladder anymore, you can still work with its energetic field within the body? So the gallbladder meridian is what we're actually stretching down the side of our hip here. This very tough physical tissue. We have this iliotibial band. It's very dense. It's strong in structure, and when it becomes too tight, it's not a very flexible tissue. It can wreak havoc in the hips and the lower back. It's a wood element, appropriately named for its level of flexibility. Try bending a 2x4. We have a lot going on in our gallbladder meridian, emotionally and energetically. If you still have one, it helps with digestion, particularly of fats. And the gallbladder meridian, emotionally and energetically, also helps us with decision making. Let's take one more big breath here in our twist. And as you exhale, start to unwind. It pairs with the liver meridian, because if you know where the gallbladder is seated, your liver is here, and the gallbladder is tucked underneath your liver, helping with that digestive organ as well. Let's come on to our backs. Move my yoga coffee so that I don't kick it over while I'm down here. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock around a little bit if you'd like to. Roll around, make little circles. Place the feet flat on the floor and then bring them together. Let's come into a reclined butterfly, or if you know it as bound angle. Let the knees fall toward the earth. If this is uncomfortable and you need support, just take your blocks and place them on the outside edges of your hips. Make yourself comfortable so that you're not feeling any undue strain. It's okay to feel an intense stretch, but we don't want any pain. Bring your hands together and rub them. Make some heat. Get them nice and toasty. And bring them to your abdomen, just below and just above your belly button. Close your eyes, and as you let your legs stretch, opening the hips, bring your awareness to the warmth underneath your hands as you cradle your soft belly, letting your breath be natural. Repeating affirmations, I've got you. It is safe to let anything and everything come out in your practice today. I will take care of digesting all thoughts and emotions as they arise. I support you and I love you. I will help you with your immunity, and I will help you with your mental health. Love your digestive system. One more time, bring the hands together, rub them. Heat up your hot pack. This time, place them just on the outside edges of your ribs, where the ribs start to curl in, the place where your diaphragm resides. Bring your awareness to your breath and the warmth under your hands. Take note if you can feel your ribs moving as you inhale and exhale. As you feel the belly moving up and down. Once again, repeat after me. I've got you. Feel free to let me carry you with each inhalation and exhalation. Soften into my support. Letting grief, sadness, any depression up and out. Let me soothe those emotions and release them. I am here for you for 23,000 breaths a day. Love your respiratory system. One more big breath in. Exhale it out. Use your hands on the outsides of your thighs and bring your knees up. A lot of times these shapes can be quite sensational as we come out of them. Keeping your feet on the floor, let your hips go back and forth. Use your feet to press. Make this little rhythmic rocking in your spine. Tipping your pelvis back and forth just to release out that lower back a little. Windshield wiper out your hips a few times side to side. Draw your left knee in towards your chest. Let the right leg go long if it's okay with your hip and your back. Give a nice little squeeze in, getting a passive hip flexor stretch on the right side. Release your hands, pull your belly button in, and start to make some circles with that hip, letting them get bigger and bigger and bigger until your leg comes all the way out to the side, straightens out, comes across the body. Nice big circles. Reverse direction. Hug the knee back in, straighten the leg, and the knee can be comfortably bent. Just make a little basket with your hands, hold on behind your thigh or behind your knee, or if you're really flexible, behind your calf. Settle into a little hamstring stretch here. Find your breath. Let the breath soften the edges of your stretch. One more inhalation. Exhale, slowly let that knee start to bend as you bring it back down towards your chest and come into a half happy baby. You can reach to the outside of your foot if that's comfortable. If not, you can hold on to the inside of your foot. You can hold on behind your knee. Make the pose accessible to you. Keep that other leg straight. If you need to, you can bend it and place your foot flat on the floor, or even let your knee come out to the side, coming into a half butterfly on that side. Let the knee be heavy up and over toward the armpit, so it's coming out of the hip at a diagonal. Feel the opening in that hip. Feel what you feel and where you feel it. Do you feel more sensation in one place over another? One more breath in. Exhale, bring that knee back in, give it a little squeeze, and stretch both legs long on the floor. Don't move. Bring your arms down by your sides. Close your eyes for a minute and just see how one leg feels differently than the other. Maybe it doesn't. My leg always feels longer. It's the leg that I stretch first when I'm doing asymmetrical leg stretches. And since we don't want to walk out of our yoga practice tilting to one side because we have a leg length difference, let's stretch the other leg. Inhale, bring the knee into your chest. Give it a little squeeze first, your right leg this time. Let that left leg be long, heavy on the floor if that's okay. If not, bend the knee, put the foot on the floor, take care of yourself. Keep your knee tucked in, let the arms release down by your side, and start to make some big hip circles. So way out to the side, straight, over across the body. Nice big hip circles, getting into the joint. Reverse direction. It's okay to let the pelvis roll around. Hug the hip back in. Hug your knee back in, I'm sorry. Start to straighten the legs slightly so that you have a nice little comfortable bend in the knee still. Cradle the leg in your clasped hands and start to stretch and lengthen that hamstring in the back of the leg. Let the shoulders be relaxed. Let the arms be relaxed as much as you can. That left leg, you can shake it around a little bit on the floor, make sure it's relaxed. The right foot can be relaxed. You can make little circles, point and flex, just to make sure that you're not tensing your foot or your toes. Find your breath. Gaze point is a good drishti, big toenail here. Turn to your welcoming meditation if things are coming up for you. And when you welcome things, I don't want you to get the wrong idea and say you're just welcoming all of the challenging thoughts and feelings. Welcome everything. The parts of you that feel happy and joyful. There's a big part of me that is enjoying this isolation with my family. I'm spending so much time with my teenage daughters. It's not always easy. They're having really big feelings around this and wish that they were out of the house more and with their friends and even back to school. Take a big breath in here. As you exhale, let the knee bend. Squeeze the knee back into the chest for a moment. And then find half happy baby on this side. Letting the left leg be long and the right knee is up and out to the side. I'm finding myself very industrious. I redid the girls' bathroom. I'm getting ready to redo my living room. Just painting, getting a new rug. Beautifying my internal world inside my home. Nurturing my sanctuary. Having family dinners with my mom and stepdad pretty much nightly. We're taking turns making beautiful meals. We're also cooking together. My mom has taught me how to make chicken parmesan. Such a simple, easy meal, just something I've never really made before. So welcome all of that. Welcome the delight and welcome the sadness, the whole entire spectrum of human emotion. Welcome everything and flow with it. Exactly where you are. That's the true definition of being mindful, residing in the present moment. One more breath here. As you exhale, hug that knee one more time in. Bring both knees up towards your chest. Give them a squeeze in, rock side to side, straighten out the spine. And now straighten your legs long, just make sure they feel equal this time. And let's roll over onto your side. You can pick a side, it doesn't matter. I'll roll over onto the side so you can see what I'm doing. Use that bottom arm like a pillow. We've done cat catches his tail before. You take your top arm and you reach for the bottom foot. Let that top leg come in front of you, bent, resting on the floor like a kickstand. The back foot is in the top hand. Draw that bottom knee behind you. I'm not sure if you can see what I'm doing. I think you can. Draw the bottom knee behind you so you feel a nice stretch in your quadriceps muscle group. Stay here, or if it's okay with you, let the back of the head come into that bottom hand and let the top shoulder rotate up and open toward the sky. So you've brought this nice twist into your quadriceps stretch. Maybe you can feel a stretch from your bottom knee all the way up to your shoulder blades. I know I do. Find your breath. So we're taking a tour of our hips today, outside, inside, front, and back. Working the 4 quadrants. Three more deep breaths. Cat catches his tail with a twist. Sounds like a new name for a cocktail. Or a new mystery book. Really, the possibilities are endless. One more full breath in, fill the lungs all the way up into the collarbones and beyond. Exhale it all out and slowly release that back leg. Don't slingshot it forward. And come on to your other side. I'm just going to flip around so that you can see me. You can roll over. Use that bottom arm as the pillow. Top leg comes in front, relaxing on the floor. Top arm comes, catches the bottom foot. Draw that knee back behind you. Once you find your quadriceps stretch, you can let that, oh, this side is much tighter. Maybe you experience that as well. You can let that top shoulder roll open toward the sky. Unnecessary belly hanging out. You don't need to see that. I love these videos. Oh, what a world that we're living in. Good thing I can see this video while I am recording it because I can keep my belly shots in check. Sweaty armpits, belly shots, unnecessary butt crack showings, not what I want to include in my yoga videos. We have to laugh. A sense of humor is absolutely vital in life. And I have a very silly one, if you haven't noticed. Okay, let's take a few more deep breaths while we're here. And our cat catches his tail with a twist of lime. It can be quite entertaining to myself to teach to an empty room. I'm just imagining you all here, sharing in a chuckle with me on occasion. One more full breath. Exhale, let everything go. Release. And press your way up onto your hands and knees. Let's come into child pose. Hands and knees, set up your pose. Knees come wide, big toes touch. Get the hips back toward the heels first. Slide forward, bring your forehead down to connect with something. You can put your forehead on a block. If it doesn't reach the floor, or even if it does, and that feels more comfortable, come into that version of child pose. Find your breath. I want you to take the next several breaths to tune into your own teacher within, the wisdom body. So we have our physical body, our breath and energy body, our emotional body, and then we have this wisdom body where we know exactly what we need to take right action. So practice that out right now on your yoga mat. It's an easy way to do it. Just tune into what you feel like your body needs and do it. Headstand, handstand, downward facing dog, whatever you need. Take the next several breaths to do that. My wonderful teacher, Eric Schiffman, who I just adore, if you can find any videos of him online, do yourself a favor and just hear him speak. He calls this freedom yoga. In a program, I was lucky enough to be with him a few years back with my friend Priscilla at Kripalu. He turns the music up loud. It's wonderful. And we just go for it for a good couple of minutes. He always invites us to dare to do as we are prompted. So do that for yourself right now. And when you feel like that is complete, and not a moment too soon, find your comfortable relaxation position, Shavasana. So that may be stretching out on your back, curling up on your side, letting your legs go up the wall, resting on your belly, whatever that is for you. Get all the props you need. Cover yourself with a blanket. Sabina, I'm handing you a virtual eye pillow. You too, Kat. Stephanie, maybe you need a bolster under your knees. Lois and Graham, I know you always bring all of your own stuff, but if you need anything, let me know. Okay, now I'm truly hallucinating, imagining you all here. Kathy, I know you don't need a blanket, but I just offered you one just in case. Find your way into your final relaxation pose. Find your natural breath. Let everything go. Close your eyes. Oftentimes, it takes the most courage to come into Shavasana, this final relaxation pose. Let us rest here as the current yogis of this planet, becoming more conscious, more awake, serving others energetically just by practicing yoga. Let us continue to do this together in love, in union with each other, with ourselves, and with the greater good of all beings everywhere, so that we and they may feel love, may feel peace, may find joy, happiness, staying healthy and living with abundance and at least enough, free from the causes of sorrow and suffering. We miss all of you dearly, sending love, sending peace. I hope you have a hippie, happy Monday. Until we practice together again, linger in Shavasana. Make it wonderful, make it yours. Stay as long as you would like.